We're at 17th and sorry, I always stutter at the beginning when giving directions. We're here in Huntington Beach at 17th and Palm. I live at 18th Street. I heard the cars. I checked pulse point out. I haven't heard anything on the motorcycle accident earlier. Quite possibly could have been two people on it. So they are treating someone right here. So, sorry. Looks like maybe a bicyclist versus car. I see a bike up on, I believe I see a bike up on the curb. My neighbor got hit here a couple days ago. He was on a motorcycle. He said a car was hauling ass and like scraped his bike, but it was like a vacuum, so it threw him off the bike. And he didn't go to the hospital until 2 days later, and he broke his, I believe, like his shoulder, a couple ribs. Yeah, it's all dark out here, so a lot of bicycle accidents out here. I just don't show them most of the time. A lot of times it's kids, so I don't show them. I was just getting ready to see if some of the guys in LA were on. I know one went on a couple hours ago, but then I heard the sirens here. So I checked pulse point and said it was an accident.
We're here.
So it looks like family just showed up. It looks like family just showed up here, so maybe we got a young, a kid on an e-bike maybe. But I believe the family just showed up. Again, we're at 17th and Palm. So I believe they just did. I'm going to look at my other phone for a pulse point. I'm trying to see if they're treating two people here. I can't tell if they put someone on the stretcher already. So we got one paramedic and one fire engine here. I thought maybe they were treating two people. Maybe it was just, I thought he had someone on a stretcher already, but maybe he was just, I think he was moving it to put it in a position so the kid can sit down on it or lay it down on it. It looks like he moved part of the stretcher. Fortunately, you can't get it with the glare of that light. I don't know what type of truck that is. It says law enforcement on it. Maybe that's Battalion 1, I'm not sure. Yeah, I can't tell you if even though I'm only like 50 feet from it, I can't tell you if the kid is laying down or if might be sitting on their butt looking at their leg. There quite possibly is a second ambulance on the way right now. So, you know, like a lot of these e-bikes have two people on them. Yeah, look. Yeah, I think there might be two. There's another ambulance showing up, so there might be two kids. And their family just showed up. They ran across the street over there.
Is it two kids?
Well, I think it's kids. Sorry, I just wanted to show the ambulance showing up. A lot of traffic here. A lot of people coming this way. Now, I don't know if a lot of people pay attention to pulse point or they hear the sirens, so they're all coming down here. It just seems like a lot more traffic than usual. So I'm thinking there was like 2 kids on an e-bike.
People are looking this way to make a right, and they're flying this way on the wrong side of the street.
Cops, they have been trying to crack down on it a little bit in the last couple of years around the schools here, especially for male elements.
Most of the time, these e-bikers, most of them I go to, the injuries are a lot of times moderate, but I can't see on these 2 kids if there's 2 kids they're treating.
There's a few of those.
Again, this is 17th and Palm. There's the vehicle right there if you just tuned in. So they are pulling a second one out.
Yeah, so they were on Indianapolis flying. Sorry, they were on Newland flying through the Indianapolis line. Right there. The guy was
Ironically, if you're from this area, right where that light is, there's like a 6-foot sign. It shows a motorcycle with a cop on it. I don't know if it says anything, but I think they're just trying to get people to slow down in this area. So here's this. They're still like kind of staging this area over here, these paramedics. They haven't. Hopefully it's just minor injuries. Prayers that it's just minor. Like I said, most of the ones I've gone to, I just don't film them most of the time because they're kids. Most of them are just minor injuries, or they are able to go home.
So it wasn't his fault in the car. It was the car because it probably was the light.
Again, if you just tune in, I live one street over. This is 17th. I live at 18th. I heard the cop car coming down the street, so I checked pulse point, and it just come across as a traffic accident here off 17th and Palm. I'm unable to see what they're exactly doing. They haven't brought out the second paramedics are here, but they're still sitting back for now. Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, the lights to the left, it's kind of not putting a good picture in. Again, if you watched me earlier on the motorcycle accident in Newport, when I started leaving, I looked around the surroundings, and I kind of maybe thought maybe there's quite possibly 2 people on the motorcycle. Because to me, on the scene, there was a helmet there, a girl's helmet, but there's 2 gentlemen with her, but one appeared to be like wearing motorcycle gear, so quite possibly there was 2 people on the motorcycle, and maybe the passenger of the motorcycle got hurt. I Google it, but there's nothing up. They eventually opened up one lane when I was leaving. After an hour, they're opening up one lane.
I get a kick out of this flag.
Yeah, I know.
That's right.
We're right in the middle of it, too. Yeah, those 2 girls were okay.
With 2 girls that?
Yeah, That's two girls on an e-bike,
Yeah.
and they're both okay. One of them has a bloody nose, the other one has like a skin needle.
So
Their parents showed up about 5
yeah, I saw the
minutes.
parents come here.
And then the parents parked over there too. The
Yeah.
other ones, I think there was 2 parents. There's 2 girls, but one was on the back. It looked like she didn't have a helmet on. I heard it, and I came right out and saw it. The guy on the motorcycle, dude, he's like, he went right to the cops and was all, that guy's got hair on his breath. I was like, yeah, it was kind of like lame that he did that. I mean, this guy here, I don't know that he even did anything wrong.
I'll have an update in a minute.
Yeah, that's always
I
my
honestly
biggest
don't think this guy did anything wrong, to be perfectly honest with you, but I'm not sure because I didn't see it. But
So one girl sitting on her butt. It's 2 young females. One has a bloody nose, and I think one has like a scraped up. I didn't hear. My apologies. I don't know if it was a lower leg. He said it appeared very minor, the injuries. Both of the parents for both of the girls are here. Luckily, like I said, most of them I've gone to, they all been minor injuries, or they were able just to ride home. Most cases, they probably didn't ride home. Their parents showed up and picked them up. This might turn into more than just 2 young girls getting hit on an e-bike. We're going to wait and see. So, because one of the gentlemen that heard it. So, I mean, this was just an accident, but we'll see if more, we'll see what happens here once the girls leave. So the girls, like, one of the girls is being wheeled off right now. Here comes the second one now. Second set of paramedics. But I believe the one they just, let me see, I believe, yeah, the other girl's, yeah, she's sitting on her butt. She's sitting on her butt. You know, like I said, I believe one had a bloody nose. One of the, so she's standing up, and she'll be able to get on the stretcher, which is good news. So this might turn into more than just 2 girls getting hit on a bike. So someone notified the officer that the person smelled like beer. So we'll see. Unfortunately, you know, I don't know how people look at that with an accident. From what people are saying, it's just an accident. But since you might quite possibly have beer in your system, it'll turn into something more. I just heard this conversation on the radio. It's like it was just an accident. So it was just an accident. So if it was just an accident, if you had no beer in your system, you're going home. You're fine, but it's just an accident. You have a beer in your system, might turn into something else. I don't know how you guys feel about that. Looks like they're wheeling around a long way. You know what? This might be real good news. They had the girl on the stretcher. I think they might be wheeling her to the parents' car. Yeah, here's a bike here. I believe they're just wheeling her to the car. Because, yeah, I believe that's good news. Looks like one of this good. They just took her on a stretcher, but they're taking it to the parents' car. So we're going to stick around a bit and just see what goes on here. But someone did say that the guy, I don't know if it's a guy or girl, but they smelled beer on him, so they told the police. He said it was just an accident. But unfortunately, when you have beer in your alcohol in your system, it'll turn into quite possibly a DUI. But we're going to wait out a few minutes just to see if anything's going on here. Yeah. Yeah, so they did take the one girl is going to the hospital. The other girl is getting in her parents' car. They had her on the stretcher, but so I don't know if they're just gonna go take her to the hospital or have her checked on her own. For someone that's been in an ambulance myself 50 plus times, it's very expensive. A lot of times they tell me you should just take Uber. Hey, take Uber if you're not feeling right when you go to got to go to the hospital. But literally, I've been in an ambulance over 50 times, twice in the last like 2 months. Be honest, I know they sent me bills, but I haven't paid them. So yeah, the second girl is, maybe they're just going to have her checked out at a local hospital. But one of the people next to me said, yeah, look, one appeared to have a bloody nose, and the other one was, I don't know if he said leg scraped up or arm, but it looked like minor injuries. But you never know until you get checked out. I was in a motorcycle accident. I mean, this was ages ago. I never ridden since. I ended up breaking my shoulder in 3 areas. Yeah, at first you just think, I'm going to go home from the accident, but then after you get checked out. So they did pull the car out of the street over here. We're going to hang out a few minutes. Again, this was 17th and Palm. Car versus 2 young girls on an e-bike. Yeah, I'm not sure where the driver is. I thought I saw him sitting on the curb at one point. I almost drove to a fire. Said there was a structure fire. First it came out. Usually it takes like on pulse point, they'll say like a residential fire. And then when it's confirmed as a fire, I believe they call it like a structure fire. And I started driving there. Lucky I double checked, and later the call was canceled 4 minutes later. I just had it. It was like set within Fountain Valley, closer to the Santa Ana borderline. And sometimes I don't bother checking. I just keep going to the scene, and that's why I don't go live before. I used to go live in my car, and then you get there, there's nothing to show. I think I'm just going to call here. I'm not sure where the driver's at. He does have his car pulled over. They moved his car. I'm not going to say he, I'm not sure. I just wanted to see if there was going to be more to it, or maybe they just do the check quick of the eyes and everything, and then they can go on their way. Yeah, it looks like most of the police officers are going to be leaving. So, again, if you just tuned in, this is 17th Street in Palm. A car versus 2 young girls on a e-bike. Appears one girl, she was on a stretcher. Appears like she's going to go home with her parents. Maybe the parents will go get her checked out at the hospital. And then another girl, she was able to get on the stretcher. One person said one girl had a bloody nose. Another one had a scrape. I don't know if it was the leg or the arm. Yeah, it's like, so here you get someone hit on a bike. When I was at the motorcycle accident earlier in Newport Beach, I just curious why all the yellow tape was set up. And then you got this scene where someone's getting two kids get hit on a bike, and there's like no yellow tape and stuff. Unless maybe the motorcycle accident the person that was injured is in like serious grave condition. So when I was leaving, there was another cop that showed up. It seemed appeared like they were going to do the investigation of the accident. So it looks like this person's going to go home. So just a tragic accident, really. All right, guys, I'm going to go back home. I'll keep an eye on Pulse Point. But anyways, I'm going to go see who's out live in LA or Bakersfield. I know the OS, I always get it wrong. Oh, yeah, On Scene TV, 405. Jason, he was out earlier. I don't know if he's still out. He went out early. I didn't check to see what he was out a couple hours earlier. Man, I'm not usually chasing reality with Scott Lane to be out there. I like watching those two guys. And I watched Bakersfield. I don't know if NL Entertainment or Bravo Street Media or maybe California. Was it Califield? Califield. I'm usually tired by now, so I fall asleep. Be honest, I watch just a few minutes, then I fall asleep. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll keep an eye on Pulse Point. Anything close, I'll try and go to. If not, you guys have a great one.